This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by North Shore Community College, Leo Inc., Brotherhood Credit Union, Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.
Good morning, I'm Dani Vittori. Welcome to a new episode of the LCTV News to kick off December. Videos were dominated by holiday events, spanning from fundraisers to tree lightings. Headlines shifted back to news from the local and state levels of government. Finished up with the recap from the Salvation Army on their plans headed into a new year. Here's the news for Friday, December 6th, 2024. Every year, Lynn Classical holds a drive for those in need, affectionately known as Coula Christmas. Coula was a secretary at Classical and began this tradition collaborating with social workers and elementary schools to help bring families in need a little holiday relief. Lauren Jenkins and Michael Curley have taken over following her retirement, but Coula Christmas is looking to provide some toys, clothing, and warm meals to 40 families this year, and they are asking the community for your help. Those interested can fill out a sponsor form and purchase some of the items. In addition to sponsors, they also accept cash, checks, Venmo, and gift cards. $25 gift cards to places such as Target, Walmart, and Market Basket are the most requested. All donations must be in by Thursday, December 14th. Keeping with tradition, the Lynn Tech Alumni Association held their 10th annual Festival of Trees the week before Thanksgiving. Trees were raffled off, with all money going towards scholarships for current LVTA students. LCTV was on scene one night to see designs ranging from the more traditional setup to some out-of-this-world ideas. Trees from various groups and companies adorn the halls of the Lynn Tech Annex building for the 10th annual Festival of Trees. The Lynn Tech Alumni Association has held this annual event for the last decade, in conjunction with their annual golf tournament as their two largest fundraisers. Trees reflect interests of the day, such as Wicked, while honoring the classics like Star Wars and Elf on the Shelf. Participants chose their favorites and placed raffle tickets in candy cane themed polls in hopes of winning the prize. Winners will be picked the final night of the festival, November 23rd, with pickup occurring the next day. Since its inception, profits have risen every year, reaching $30,000 in 2023, with all proceeds going towards scholarships for LVTI students. A festive and fun way to begin the holiday season. For LCTV News, I'm Dani Vittori. LCTV teamed up with Concerned Citizens of Lynn for the 3rd annual Photos with Santa and Toy Drive. CCOL collected dozens of toys for their drive, while families also posed for free pictures with Santa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Pressman, President of Concerned Citizens of Lynn. I'm down here at the LCTV studios, where we had a 3rd annual free Santa photos, and a lot of people were kind enough to bring gifts, and we partner with LCTV each year to do this, to give back to the community. And this year, Concerned Citizens, we're doing our 4th year helping families in need. And as of yesterday, we have almost 600 families that sent in applications requesting help, which looks like about 2,500 kids. And we desperately need donations because this is going to be record-setting numbers for us. As many know, we do not stop at age 12. I've never felt that's fair for a 15-year-old to watch their younger siblings open a gift and not have anything. Oh, we have a lot of disabled, autistic children who they could be 20 years old, but are playing with 6, 7, 8-year-old toys, and so we don't like to leave anyone out. We're inclusive, always have been. And so we take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, checks. We really could use your help this year. I know everyone's hurting, but if you can open your wallets a little bit, we would surely appreciate it. And very grateful to have this partnership with our free Santa photos, again with LCTV. It's been, it was a great day today with popcorn going, cartoons playing, activities. It was a huge success, and it was really nice pick-me-up that we all needed. So I thank all of you guys, and I hope you'll continue giving.
On the 14th of last month, Mayor Gerald Nicholson was honored with the Mayor Bill Carpenter Award for Excellence in Gateway City Leadership at Mass Inc.'s Gateway Cities Innovation Summit. The award, named after the former mayor of Brockton, is given to a public official who seeks out new ideas and collaborative efforts to elevate their cities and advance the interests of gateway cities as a whole. Nicholson was honored along with the Salem mayor for their participation in the Commonwealth Development Project, an initiative that aims to integrate diversity, equity, and inclusive policies into private and public sector developments. Holiday season is in full swing, turning to the GLCC's Festival of Lights in Central Square. Even a reschedule and cold night did not deter residents who formed a large crowd under the bridge. Groups from around the city took turns serenading them with classic holiday music before both a tree and menorah were lit, signaling the official start of the festive season. Rescheduling due to weather did not dampen anyone's spirits at the 2024 GLCC Festival of Lights in Central Square the night of the 25th. The audience was treated to performances by the St. Mary's Choir, the Boys and Girls Club of Lynn, the DeMarcus YMCA, and Lynn Public Schools Band. Sponsors were also on hand, providing spectators with free hot chocolate, cookies, and crafts. Santa was on scene, interacting with many children in the crowd before taking his seat to also enjoy the festivities. A retelling of the story of Hanukkah, alongside a speech by Mayor Gerald Nicholson, wrapped up the speaking portion.
And, you know, this is the holidays, this time of year for us to gather and enjoy and reflect and celebrate and, you know, take a pause and be grateful for all that we have and all that we share with one another. And on behalf of the city of Lynn, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, happy Thanksgiving. Please enjoy.
For LCTV News, I'm Dani Vittori. Speaking of traditions, check this one out. Santa's Helping Hands have been bringing presents and Christmas cheer to families for 60 years. For the last 30, fundraising has come in large part through a scavenger hunt hosted the Sunday after Thanksgiving. To keep things fresh, the winning team from the previous year is tasked with organizing the hunt the next year, this time falling to the soccer moms. An afternoon of friendly competition, all for a great cause.
My name is Karen Miller. I am part of the Soccer Moms team. Welcome to the Santa's Helping Hands scavenger hunt. This is an annual event. Santa's Helping Hands is an organization that is celebrating their 60th year in existence. And over those 60 years, this organization has helped many Lynn families to have a Merry Christmas, and the scavenger hunt raises funds to help purchase gifts and clothing, other necessities for these families in need throughout our city. Yeah, we have a whole lot of raffles. We've got over 40 different raffles that are, some raffles have been donated by the teams that are here to participate. We also have local businesses who have donated raffles for us. You know, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Old Time, which is where we are. And Old Time donates the space. They also donate food for participants who do the raffle every year. So we are very thankful to Old Time, to Diana and Melissa, who help us with getting the room set up for today's event. Right, so the scavenger hunt has been going on for about 30 years, and one of the reasons why it still has life year after year is that when the team wins the scavenger hunt, part of their prize is that they have to organize for the following year. So my team won the scavenger hunt last year, and so we have spent the last several months organizing this year's scavenger hunt, which brings new ideas for teams to go out and find. It's a great way to bring our community together. We have many groups. We have 35 registered groups, so each group is made up of 4 people. And we have people from all over the city who are here for a common purpose.
Sisson Elementary is one of 70 schools from 37 districts recently accepted into the Massachusetts School Building Authority's Accelerated Repair Program to fund repairs in schools. The MSBA provides funding for the, quote, repair or replacement of roofs and windows/doors in schools that are otherwise structurally, functionally, and educationally sound, end quote. The program was closed temporarily in 2020, but was reinstated in 2023 and received an increase in their overall cap in fiscal year 2024. The Sisson project will replace windows and doors, but an exact timeline on the repairs has not yet been determined. They were chosen due to their proximity to the new Pickering Middle School site as a way of better serving their enrollment. It's been roughly a month since fires began in Lynn Woods on November 8th. Park Ranger Dan Smalls estimates the cleanup cost may eclipse $100,000 to restore the 420 acres damaged by the fire. The 2 major safety concerns following the blaze are the dead standing trees, as well as the debris and trees along the trail. Small stated that it would take him a year to clean the trails himself, but it requires trained professionals with specialized equipment to complete the task. After walking the area, he has already identified 70 to 80 trees that will need to be cut down. At this time, the Ox Pasture Road and trails to the Walnut Street side of Pennybrook Road have reopened, but anyone utilizing this area should proceed with caution and awareness of their surroundings. There is also no timeline for when the Lynn Woods Reservation will completely reopen. Passing the baton to a collaboration between North Shore Community College, the Marine Corps, and Toys for Tots for their annual Stuff a Cruiser event. Boxes were set out to collect toys for families in need during the holiday season. They were then transferred to an NSCC police cruiser, complete with lights and Christmas decorations.
This is the Stuff a Cruiser Toys for Tots, and what that is the Marine Corps. They have a program where they place all of these boxes throughout the community. They donate them to economically challenged families, and we started it about 3 years ago. And it's been successful. It really allows for us to work collaboratively with other divisions in the college, and it's just a good way for the community college to get together. I think anytime we have an opportunity for a school to come together as a whole it's great. As far as the police department, Chief Cook is really focused on community engagement, and this is just one small piece to what his future is for his department and community engagement.
The Marines Toy for Tots program aims to collect and distribute new, unwrapped toys to disadvantaged children to bring hope and joy at Christmas. In 1991, the Toys for Tots Foundation was established to better organize and expand its reach, ensuring distribution nationwide.
Lynn Common was bathed in light by the annual City of Lynn Christmas tree lighting and holiday festival. Families were treated to free treats, crafts, and performances to ring in another holiday year. The City of Lynn held their annual holiday festival, featuring a tree lighting on the Common, followed by several festive activities at City Hall. Begun by the McGee administration, it has grown in size and popularity over the years. Mayor Nicholson lit up the towering tree as performances by the Lynn Public Schools Chorus and All City Marching Band filled the air. The Salvation Army was again on hand, giving out free hot chocolate and cookies to all those in attendance. The highlight of the event, however, was the arrival of Santa and Mrs. Claus on the back of a John's Oil truck, officially kicking off the holiday season. From there, families wandered back to City Hall, where they were treated to photos with the Clauses, a vendor fair on the first floor, and several activities for kids, including cookie decorating. Kids could also grab free popcorn and get pictures with several of Santa's helpers, such as Rudolph. The goal of this event is to be a fun, festive way to get residents better acquainted with City Hall and the staff who work there. The night concluded with several more performances and activities. For LCTV News, I'm Dani Vittori. Thanksgiving was filled not just with food, but by traditional rival football games across the state. Here in Lynn, it began with Kip running over Tech 40-0 on the 27th. It only took 4 plays and a 24-yard scoring pass to put the Panthers up 8-0. By halftime, they had tacked on 2 more touchdowns, one on a 25-yard fumble recovery and another on a pass by quarterback Eli Machado. The second half was much of the same, as Machado threw a 36-yard TD pass before Mickey Stackpole added the final score of the game, with defense adding 6 turnovers to boot. In the 7th year of this Turkey Day rivalry, the record sits at 5-2, favoring Kip. Next up on Turkey Day itself, St. Mary's took down arch-rival Bishop Fenwick 46-32. The Spartans relied heavily on their run game, as Dimitri K. rushed for 4 and 29-yard scores, and Roman Merriweather busted out for another 8 and a score. Fenwick rebounded with 2 scores of their own, but it was a 30-14 Spartans lead going into halftime. St. Mary's shut the door, picking up 41 yards on a 4th and 6, immediately followed by a score and 2-point conversion. Quarterback Yanel Bellard ran in for the final score of the game to seal the deal. Now the matchup so many dream about, classical versus English, which began back in 1913. For first-year coach Tyler McDonald, it was a special moment as he won his debut game in the city's biggest Thanksgiving rivalry. The final favored the Bulldogs 28-6. Jaden Rosario showed his stuff, going 17 for 20 for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Rams did have their moments, going on a 14.5-minute drive, which resulted in a touchdown on 4th and goal, tying the game at 6 apiece. But it did not last long as the Bulldogs retook the lead 14-6 off a 26-yard pass to receiver Jordan M. with 18 seconds remaining in the first half. In the second, Classical could not move the ball, in sharp contrast to English, who added 2 more scores, a 34-yard rushing TD from Xavier Beauchamp, and a 16-yard connection between Rosario and Limbert Thomas. Sitting comfortably at 18-4 and second place in the division, the Celtics had another dominant 108-89 victory over the Miami Heat on the 3rd. Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard were everywhere, combining for half of the Celtics' points by themselves. Brown at 29 and Pritchard at 25. By halftime, Boston had a 16-point lead, which they continued padding for the remainder of the game. They followed this up with a 130-120 home win versus the Detroit Pistons. While the Bruins remain in the middle of the pack, boosting a 13-11-3 record. Most recently, they took down the Detroit Red Wings 3-2. Tied 2-2 through regulation, courtesy of a slap shot by Nikita Zadro and a power play goal by Justin Brazeau, it was Bruins veteran Pavel Zacha knocking in the game winner with 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Keeping with the season of giving, the Salvation Army joined us on the lowdown to give an update on the programs and services they offer, most notably their extensive food pantry and after-school youth program. Hear more about what their commanding officer had to say. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori, and today we have on the commanding officer / executive director of the Salvation Army back on the program. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Dani, thank you so much for the opportunity to come back and to speak a little more about the Salvation Army. It's been a journey within the journey, as I often say to the folks, and just learning more about what Lynn offers and how we can help with that.
Mm-hmm. And the last time we spoke, you were pretty much brand new. It's been about a year and a half or so. How has it been going for you so far?
Well, I'm at Lynn, for sure. Now I can say Lynn is my home.
Yeah.
I've grown to love Lynn. I grew up to love the culture, the mix of cultures here. Got to meet some of the people and the needs, of course. But more so just being able to see someone's face after they've been serviced in our building. And just seeing how they just light up. And I feel like that's an opportunity I have here in Lynn to do. And so therefore it's been exciting, and I'm looking forward to more encounters like this.
And one thing you were mentioning before we came on was your food pantry. You just had to do a bit of reorganizing with that. Can you explain the changes you made?
Yes, certainly. Our food pantry runs Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9:30 to 12. We have been seeing an increase in families and needs, but also with that increase also comes some hazards. And so I'm here to announce today that by 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Friday, our doors will be closing. Okay. That means that if you are not in by that time of 11:30 a.m., you will be asked to come another day during our pantry. If that means if you come on a Tuesday, you'll be asked to come the next day, or if you come on a Wednesday, come Friday, Friday come following. So the reason to this is it's a safety hazard in terms of there's a fire in our building. Usually by 11:30, we still have a good 40 or so families. And so to avoid any situations, we need to restructure our hours and the amount of personnel we have in the building to make sure that we continue to service those people.
Of course, safety first always. And you mentioned the increase. How many people do you typically see in a day or in a week?
The amount of people has been increasing since I arrived here. I think last time I was here, maybe we're servicing 100, 120. Now we're seeing over 150 families. Wow. On a day that can come through our doors.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a great need.
Yes, and the need is always great, and as we say, we're doing the most good What best way to make sure that individuals are being fed and we're providing the individuals the nutritionists that they need.
And you get the donations from several places as well.
Yes, we have a partnership with the Boston Food Bank, who's our main provider for the canned goods, some of the rice and pasta and other starchy food, and as well as the protein. But we also have several local supermarkets who provide us with some good donations. When I mean good, I mean cakes and pastries, bread. But it's an opportunity for us to continue to partner with individuals. So if you are a supermarket that are not partnered with us and you would like to, call our office and we certainly will. Again, the need is greater, and as other counterparts of us and other agencies, we want to make sure that everyone is fed.
Well, definitely. And you're also coming, or we're coming into the holiday time, so another thing is a toy drive, either people signing up for it or maybe possibly donating toys. So how's that been?
So it's been great. The toys are the vast majority of our toys are due to arrive November 25th. So what we usually do is we have like an open toy shop where we take the parent and they come in. Our sign-up has been completed, but if you are in need, you can call our office and we can put you on a waiting list. There's always, I always say to people at the end, there's always going to be a leftover. And if you are a company or a partner who would like to partner with us to make this possible and we have less people on waiting list, you're more than welcome to do so by calling our office, and we will certainly get you the necessary names or folks that are so in need, and then we will kind of go from there.
And you also had a reminder for folks to make sure they write down either themselves or someone else who can actually go and collect the toys. Yes,
if you have signed up already, the day of, you received a paper that has the date and time. We understand that situations do come up. So if you have that paper, you sure should have that paper. You should write who you are assigning to pick up the toys on your behalf. And certainly we will make that happen. I would like to say this also in Spanish, so that for those individuals. Si usted ya se apuntó para los juguetes de Navidad en el Salvation Army, el día que usted se anotó, se le dio un papel donde tiene la hora y la fecha. Si por alguna razón usted no puede ir, le pedimos que por favor en el mismo papel escriba con quién va a buscar los regalos de su hijo, de su hija o de sus hijos, y fírmelo, por favor, porque así nos hará un poco tiempo y dolor de cabeza.
Awesome. And keeping on the subject of youth, you also run very successful weekly youth programs. So if anyone's interested, how would they get involved with that?
So certainly, we do have like what we call the Smart Center. It's an after-school program through the state. Right now, we are doing just elementary children. We have about 34, 35 children in our facility. We are gearing up also for the holidays, and as I was sharing with you, we're going to do a Christmas cantata. Just bring the holiday cheers to the parents, and that date to be soon released. So maybe something that you guys can share on our behalf to the community. And certainly the children who come, the vast majority are children of low-income families who will not be able to afford other places in our area, and so these children not only get help with homework, but they have a time of arts, which is the main priority, and we're trying to add now science.
Cool. Okay.
So that's going to be our January. What will be the word that we call it? Our January Welcome Back project, where we're going to be adding science to the program.
And do they have to sign up at the beginning of the school year? Is it something that runs throughout the year for sign-ups? How does that work?
So usually for sign-up purposes, we just ask them to call our office.
Okay.
Usually we have kids throughout the year that either move or go away. The vast majority of our children are within the Lynn area, and they're more than welcome to call our office to see if we have an open spot.
Right. I feel like, so, I mean, you offer you were talking about so many different programs, things. I have no idea how you manage it all. But what were some other, programs or ways that people could get involved, maybe if they were interested in volunteering?
Certainly. Part of our volunteering process, you do have to go through Corey and Sorry, given that we have kids in the building.
Of course.
So we often say to people, if you want to give a helping hand to your community, our food pantry is the best way to do it. You have a lot more interaction within our building. However, we understand that our hours of food pantry may not work for everyone, but if you have a passion for children, you certainly can come and fill out an application, a volunteering application, and we can schedule you maybe once a month or a couple times during the week, whatever your availability is. But we want to make sure that you understand from the get-go that our children are a little hyper when they come in, but they are loving children for sure.
And I know you mentioned it before, but do you accept donations from the general community in terms of food, toys, anything like that, or does it all come from partnerships?
So we do. We do have some community members who, for years, traditionally, they have been involved with getting toys for families. We have a program called Adopted Family, which people just say, give me a family of a single mother with 3 kids or 2 kids, or just a low-income family that may not be able to buy the toys themselves, and we will buy them on their behalf. We'll wrap it and everything. So this is another opportunity people can for the holidays in terms of toys. Food. I mean, with our pantry increase, if you would like to make a financial commitment or a donation, certainly we will be welcome so that we can continue to purchase food according to the folks that we serve. We keep in mind that there are new folks in our community that are either from Haiti or from nations of Africa and other nations in Latin America who may not know how to cook all the foods that we have. And so this is an opportunity to partner.
Mm-hmm. You do so much good work really reaching out and helping the community, and I do have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else that I hadn't mentioned that you wanted to make sure you said? I
think we said it all, but certainly we're here to continue to do the most good in Lynn, and the Lynn, I always call it Lynn, Greater Lynn area, just because we serve about 5 to 6 different zip codes. Mm-hmm. But our main hub is Lynn, and so certainly we're going to continue to be here and to do the most good in any way we can.
Well, you can tell how passionate you are about this work, and I just want to thank you for coming on again to really share it with the greater community. Thank
you so much, and thank you for having me. And again, if you are in need of any help, please call our office, 781-598-0673, and we certainly will either help you or connect you to the right place.
Well, I could not have said it better myself. So once again, I'm Dani Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests. Friends of the Lynn Public Library are hosting a craft fair and book sale from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow, the 7th. Browse their wide collection of books, crafts, art, and treats to find something for everyone on your list. All proceeds from the Friends craft tables and book sale will go towards library programming, with donations also being accepted. The New Lynn Coalition is hosting an informational conversation with the North Shore Haitian community, including labor, faith, and political leaders. They will explore Haitia's history, culture, and the global context for Haitian migration to the North Shore. Head to St. Mary's Church at 1 p.m. on Sunday, December 8th to hear more. LCTV is now offering courses in basic desktop computer skills, and our first class is next Thursday the 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. These 2-hour classes are designed to give you the tools you need to navigate computers with confidence, including setting up an email account, saving files, or even simply browsing the internet. Limited space is available, so registration is required by calling 781-780-9460 or emailing us at info@lyntv.org. This project was funded by the Massachusetts Broadband Institute at the Mass Tech Collaborative under the Municipal Digital Equity Implementation Program. Funding was also provided by the Massachusetts ARPA State Fiscal Recovery Funds. With that, we put a bow on the news for this week. Learn more about the ever-growing list of holiday events and celebrations by following us on social media at Lynn Community Television. For our complete community calendar, videos on demand, and press releases, head to our website, lyntv.org. If videos are your main focus, visit Lynn Community Television on YouTube. I'm Dani Vittori, this is LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by North Shore Community College, Leo Inc., Brotherhood Credit Union, Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.